Y'all, Foutaises, Foutaises, Foutaises.
My topic, and this is sort of I guess it's kind of a good lead-in. My topic is for asking you guys, like, how do you balance work and play in your lives, and do you feel like you have enough time to do the things you want to do?
Personally,
Those are two different questions.
Those are two very different questions, but I feel like they go together well.
Sorry, somebody, you were saying something.
no, I'm just saying, personally, I can see, like, no matter what, I feel like there's no excuse. Like, everybody can be able to multitask. Everybody can multitask. And everybody can be able to do a lot of work, like schoolwork. Let's say, as an example, you can do a lot of schoolwork. Let's say you're in third or whatever, fourth year, you have massive amounts of schoolwork. I feel like no matter how many days of school you have, you can still find time to, you can study, you can even get like a part-time job, right? And be able to do both. It's just a matter of your will and your drive. And when it comes to balancing it out, personally, I am lazy. So I would say like I would rather, like, when I go to school, I'd rather go to school, deal with school, come home, try to face my books, and then just chill. Like, and that's a problem for most students, I think, because when you get home, you not necessarily want to go back into reading your books. Like, you have all these other things that you'd rather be doing. Whereas when you're in school, you're in school. Like, you know, you're in the mindset, okay, I should be focusing, I should be doing this, I should be going to class and this and that. But once you get home, there's just too many distractions. Unless, of course, your will and your drive and your mind is there, then you can do it to 100%. That's just my point. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would agree. Because I'm just thinking, like, the will and the drive is the first thing, but that should translate into, like, organization and discipline. Because if it's constantly trying to motivate yourself to do it, then you're going to fall apart. But I think, like, work and play and just, like, multitasking, if you know what you value, and if you value, like, if you realize, like, your identity is not like, you yourself, you're not just a worker and you're only a worker, and, like, you value work, but it's not the thing that, like, consumes you. And then the other extreme is, like, you only, like, play, like, and you only enjoy, like, you only enjoy having fun. Then it's about balance would come from, like, you realize both these things are important, and so how do you fit both these things into your life? One way that I do it personally is just, like, compartmentalizing time. So time for work is time for work, and once the clock hits 5, I'm done. I don't think about work. I might talk about it with my friends, but, like, it's in a recreational, fun, leisurely setting. And then the other side is, like, taking one day of the week and literally just spending that day not thinking about work, not thinking about school, not doing anything, just relaxing. And that could be anything from me spending alone time or meeting up with friends or doing something different. So it's a combination of, like, the will, for sure, also knowing, like, what you value, and just, like, being systematic and kind of smart about spending your time, too. So, like, I think it's possible, because university, I was, like, working, going to school, still had a social life, joined a lot of social clubs on campus, and then joined clubs outside of campus and volunteering, and it was just, I enjoyed my life. I didn't stress out, I didn't burn out, I had 8 hours of sleep. I don't know. It's
Dang.
possible.
Okay.
Sleep is a priority too. I don't know about people who don't sleep and, like, all that stuff.
Someone does not sleep.
Why would that? Man, sleep is like a beautiful thing. And eating, like, oh man, people who just don't eat.
I don't understand that.
That makes me sad.
We got two of the worst. Alistair doesn't eat and someone doesn't sleep. So
I have a problem with that. So I don't know. I can sleep for 2 hours.
No, but it's like, now you guys understand. Like, when I do actually have a moment to myself with my food,
No wonder you love food so much.
I go crazy.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Like,
going back to this topic, I think Thien-An, she worded that perfectly.
she hit the nail on the head, as it were.
But I just want to add on to that and say, because there's this Okay, like there's a job that I started working at. Although it's a terrible job, and I would not advise
Oh
anyone.
my god, tell them.
What job was
So-
this?
Oh
So
my
basically,
god, the worst.
It's like landscaping, but they're in a time of
like a
aeration.
Mexican
A
from
time of
10
what?
to 10.
It's a time of
Too much testosterone. Too much testosterone.
aeration. So basically, what they're doing is poking holes into your lawn, which allows water and like oxygen to that whole bullshit.
Peasant.
Yeah. So it allows oxygen and water to go deep within your lawns, and it makes your lawn more full green, and it's good for property tax and all that wonderful stuff. So basically,
All that wonderful stuff.
so yeah,
Bureaucracy and capitalism.
you work from 10 a.m. to 9 at night. So basically, it's commission. It's commission based, door to door. You go to door. You say, "Hey, ma'am, how you doing? My name is Simba. I work for so and so. I'm in your neighborhood today doing lawn aeration. Would you like for me to do lawn aeration in the backyard and the front yard?" Whether they say yes or
I
no.
think she might like that.
Oh god.
So yeah, yes or no, you get paid whatever. So basically, you're walking with this like lawnmower type thing for the whole
Lawnmower
11
type thing?
So it's an aeration machine, but it looks like a lawnmower. Right. So it's like you're walking with it from neighborhood to neighborhood for that whole 9, 10 hours or 11 hours or so. Right. So basically, if you get enough sales, you get paid that day. If you don't come home with zero, you don't get paid. It's that simple. Yeah. So basically, those are terrible jobs.
So messed up, man.
This the guy, the
Why are
supervisor.
there jobs like that out there?
Called slavery and the
it's
systematic
true.
oppression of the workers. Sorry.
It's not.
Preach,
It's
Bart.
it's crazy. It's crazy. So like the supervisor, he said one thing that stuck with me, and I think I can bring that here. Is the only way you can be able to do this job is if you know your why, right? So like, why are you doing this job? What is the reason for you coming to do this job each and every day? And I think we can put that into this question. As long as you know your why when it comes to your future or whatever goal you're trying to achieve, you can be able to put your mind to, okay, I'm gonna do work, I'm gonna do schoolwork, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna schedule this time for my friends. I'm gonna have all these things scheduled out so I can be able to do all these things. Eventually, I'll be able to accomplish so and so, right? So I just want to add that there and say, as long as you know what you're doing it for, you can do whatever it is you want to do.
That is mad true.
Yeah.
Because if you do a job where you know like you have no future in, and you just see it as a dead end, you have no motivation whatsoever to wake up and go to that job at all.
It's true.
I know. I knew that.
I know.
Permanent that
I
life
know.
or something.
In the beginning, it was like, okay, like let me just keep trying to move on up, do something different, and maybe like I'll like it. But it just kept feeling like a chore that I did not want to do at all.
No, I'm saying, yeah, so I just want to let everybody know that you can definitely balance school and work and friends, and there is such thing as scheduling fun. I know people don't, some people don't agree with that you can't schedule fun, but you never heard that term, schedule fun?
No, I understand that.
Yeah,
but I'm
but-
saying people who don't.
No,
Yeah,
they
people-
don't.
yeah.
It's
People-
like
yeah, people-
Bigfoot or something.
People like, some people feel like, it has to be something spontaneous. They can't just have saying, okay, I'm gonna have fun at this certain amount of time. But like,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm saying, in today's world, like, if you really want to be something, or if you really want to become something, make it somewhere in life, you got to be able to schedule your time right. Whether it's a scheduled time with your friends, that's fun. Scheduling time alone, that can be seen as fun. Scheduling time just to catch up on a movie, binge watch The Walking Dead or whatever, that's also fun. You know what I mean? That's all little things you can schedule and move on and do whatever. So I just want to let everybody know that you can definitely have a balance in your life. Like, there's nothing that can stop you as long as you know what it is you want to do. You can do it. Like, people always say you can't do this and that, but I'm gonna bring an example of Stephen Curry, just because. Just because.
Too much testosterone, man. What the heck?
Just because Stephen Curry, super skinny when he was in high school. He wasn't very athletic. Everybody tell him he can't do this, he can't do that.
Oh, I seen that video.
Graduated from high school. None of the big schools wanted to pick him. Even the school that he wanted to go to didn't want him.
What's the school?
Can't remember. It was a school in Charlotte
Okay.
that he wanted to go to.
Yeah, probably UNC.
Yeah, and then they didn't want him. They said he wasn't athletic enough. They didn't think it was going to be much of anything. And a coach in Davidson finally, took him up
Davidson.
and believed in him. So all it takes is for you to have that will, and eventually people will see that. So he believed in himself, and somebody saw that, and somebody gave him a chance, and he was able to show everybody else who didn't believe that, you know what, I can do this. And now look at him, 2014, 2015, MVP. It happens. So I'm just letting you guys know. I mean, that's definitely something, like, it is real. You gonna cry? It's realistic for everybody. I'm just saying, it's realistic. Everybody can have that balance. You don't have to spend time with people all the time. You can, buckle down and be selfish once in a while.
It's true.
Focus on you once in a while. Just gotta say that.
Do you think it's possible to just work, focus on school like your whole life until you're like in your late 30s, then you got everything together,
No.
and then try to have fun?
No, it's not healthy that way because you're already because when you're in your 20s or like school or stuff, you're setting the foundation for how you're going to be in the future, right? So if you think that, okay, I'll compartmentalize like 30 years for study, school, and getting my life together and then having fun afterwards, like I don't think that's healthy because you will forget how to have fun. Your developmental stages were all about like work.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's going to be hard to like reprogram yourself.
It's true, and plus all your other friends are busy with their families. We don't have time to get together and go.
No, sorry, everybody's gonna be busy with something.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of you knowing who you want to be, right?
Yeah.
So if you know that, you can focus on that and be able to still schedule time to see other people.
Right.
Which is always possible. So that's just my point. Everybody, dreams can come true. Like don't wait for anybody to hand you a spoon and say, here, eat. Up until you get to when you're 50 and you retire, or 60 and you retire, whatever. But if you want something, you gotta go out there and get on your own.
God, what's that reminding me of someone?
I don't know who you're
Not
talking
gonna do
about.
that.
We're not gonna go there.
Not going there right now.
Yeah, man. So Brandon, since this was your topic, man, what do you think?
Well, I want to hear what Alice had to say first,
Alright.
because he didn't say anything yet. How do you balance work and play?
I think that you can balance it. It's just a matter on the person if they really want to have any play whatsoever. Like I have some friends that they're doing part-time school when them doing part-time is gonna set them back later on in life, but they're living their lives, they're doing their thing. And some others are just super focused, see their friends maybe once, twice a month, and just hide in their dorms. Yeah.
And I think it's more.
Drinking that water from that invisible table.
There ain't no table here. What are you
There
talking
is
about?
I think it's more fun when you're able to have you're able to see your friends or to have that special time with your friends once in a while. Whereas if you're doing it every time and then all of a sudden your friends get busy, then you're like, oh, what do I do now? You kind of get lost in your own world, right?
It also messes up with your studies.
Yeah.
And you can
It's just
share your
bad.
life with your friends too. You can share the struggle of studying all the time with
Yeah.
them, and that way you can grow in different ways too. Yeah, sorry.
That's great. That's true. What are you saying, man?
Well, for me, I've always been able to balance work and play. I feel like.
You're the master.
No, I'm not tooting my own horn. But I've always recognized that I need time for myself to do the things that I want to do, fun, whatever, relaxing, fun stuff, and then I have to get my work done, right?
Yeah.
And so
Now that I think,
I don't usually set a set schedule for myself per se, but I do have it in sort of broad strokes usually, because as you guys know, and you guys will know very soon, I watch a lot of TV. That is my medium. I watch TV every day, but I don't just watch TV for the sake of watching TV. I watch shows, scripted programming
Great
that I
shows.
enjoy. Great shows. And I've become very picky, as you guys can attest to, over the past year or so, with choosing what I decide to watch. Picking only the shows that I really want to watch that are either amazing or great, or the shows that are good but I still allow them to pass, and that's my relaxing time. That's what I do to relax, and I do that every day, and I enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
And for different people it's different things. For some people for some people it's playing video games.
Yeah.
And I respect and understand that. For some people, it's watching movies. For some people, it's reading books. Sometimes I do that too.
Yeah.
For some people, it's going to the gym or going hang out with their friends. Whatever it is that your fun time is, like your own time. You have to plan that time for yourself because that is as important as doing work, right?
True.
And you need to be able to plan that out, right? Even if you're not like literally whiteboard planning it out, you have to sort of plan it out a little bit in your head, right? Like doing this podcast, like you guys have no idea how hard it was to schedule a slot to like do this because they're all busy because there are crazy schedules and whatever, right?
That's true.
To find, but this is like Simba was saying, this is something that we really want to do, right?
Yeah.
And this is a part of us that we want to continue to explore. What is it like for us to be on camera, to
Talking
be
to
together,
each other.
talking to each other, right?
Yeah.
Spending time together. These are the things that we want to do, and so this is something that we're gonna do, and we're gonna enjoy doing it.
That's true.
Right.
That's very true.
But in terms of having enough time to do everything you want to do,
Oh, right,
Right.
that question, yeah.
I'll let you guys go first. What do you guys
Oh.
What do you guys think about that?
Oh, man.
So like having enough time to do everything you want
In
to
your
do?
life? Like, or in the week?
Like-
or like in your day?
I mean, I guess kind of both.
Eventually.
Because okay, I guess I'll just for me, I think about it some like I said before, like I was saddened that I'm not be able to live and like experience all these things that happen, and
Yeah.
I look at me being born, and already being born, there's this entire back catalog of entertainment that I've already missed out on, right? that I have to catch up on, or I'm just gonna miss, right? Like there's all these movies and TV shows and music and all this other stuff, right? And as I get older, that just continues to grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
And now with the internet and the proliferation of entertainment, it just is like exploded, right? And there's so much stuff. And now I look at my backlog, whether it's video games or albums that I've never listened to, or TV shows that I never watched, or movies that I never watched, right? Or things that I want to like looking back at all this stuff, I'm just like I don't have time to go back and watch everything or experience everything that has gone before me, and I have to really be careful about picking a select few.
Yeah.
Because if I spent all my time going back in the past and covering all my ground, right? By the time I catch up, I will have missed everything
More
catching
things,
up,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then it's this vicious cycle of never being able to experience everything you want to experience,
Yeah, that's
right? And then I was thinking about my cousin. Like I have a lot of young cousins, right? And I was thinking about, wow, like you're born now, you have no idea of all the stuff that you've missed in the past so many years that I've been alive and experiencing things. And plus there's a whole like litany of entertainment that I haven't even experienced, right?
That's
like just thinking about looking at my little cousins, and he's watching like Avengers for the first time, and I'm just like, you have no idea, like all these. You have no idea.
Don't even know.
Don't even get me started.
You don't even know how much we struggled to get the Avengers movie,
Yeah.
like to get an actual Avengers movie, and have all these other movies before, and like you never even experienced like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, or like
Oh my
all
God.
of these
Star
great
Wars
things,
and-
Star Wars, like all of these great things that you've never experienced, and you're gonna have to experience that one day.
Beyblade.
And I feel.
Oh yeah, Digimon.
Oh yeah, Digimon, Pokemon,
Oh,
Dragon Ball Z,
Yo,
like,
Sailor Moon.
Moon.
like all of these great things that we've experienced, and then I'm looking at my young cousins, and there's like there's so
Yeah,
many
okay.
things that they have yet to experience, and they're not gonna be able to experience all of these things, right? And they're just gonna have a whole bunch of other stuff that they missed out on, right? And that sort of makes me sad a little bit, because it's like I want, if I was able to, I would love to just put everything just in my brain. Like every single movie, all music, like is everything. Just shove it in my brain, right? So I will have experience of watching and all of that, and then I just know, and I'm like, okay, I'm good, and then I know everything, and that's fine, and I haven't missed out on anything, right? Because I have like this weird chronic fear that I'm always missing something, always, right? And it's like if I'm doing something, if I'm home, if I'm just like today, I'm home, and I'm listening to a podcast, and I'm reading some comics, and it's like, oh, I want to play Destiny, but I don't really feel like playing Destiny right now, right? And it's like, oh, I'm missing out. It's like, oh, like I want to hang out with you guys, but oh, look, I'm missing the basketball game right now.
FOMO.
You know? It's like all these things, and you can't do everything you want to do, right? And that's sort of the question I want to ask you. Like, I feel I'm really like existentially bothered by this. like
Keeps you up at
really.
night. You should be doing something.
No, like
productive
like
instead.
seriously, like it really
Yeah.
bothers me. Like I think about it sometimes, like if I only had to sleep like so many hours, imagine how much more I can get done, right? But then at the same time, I love sleep. Sleep is such a great thing to experience.
Yes, but you should try it.
Like
do.
having a nice like full sleep, 8 hours or more, and then you wake up and you have that like that great like waking up, like you feel refreshed and you have a great sleep. That is an
Never had that.
amazing. That is a truly amazing feeling. One of the feelings that you have to experience, right? And this is
Simba, your first mission.
is to have a
Wake up
full night's
fresh.
sleep. You know?
After the ketchup thing.
Yeah, we're just compiling a list. We're gonna actually have to have a list.
Of things Simba has to do.
Somebody has to keep track of this. One of you guys, just a list of things Simba needs to do, and just remind us so we can get someone to do these things. But I mean, I can even go even further with what I'm saying. It's like not even just experience and entertainment, just like going out and doing things in the world, right?
Yeah,
All these
Oh,
things that I want
man.
to try, all this food that I want to eat, all the places that I want to visit. You know,
Me too.
all of these things that I want to do that I'm never like. I want to go to Mars. We said this before.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I got to go to Mars, it would take me like how long does it take to get to Mars? Like 18 months or something?
Sure.
Right? Like that's all my life gone right there. Like 18 months that I've missed out on entertainment. But I'd be going to Mars, I get to see space.
That's
you know?
true.
So it's like you can't win no matter what you do, you're always losing.
I
It's
would-
always a win-lose.
Yeah, I'll leave it that way, my friend.
No, I mean I understand. Like I'm experiencing something, and I understand that when I'm doing it. I'm choosing to doing it, and I'm enjoying it, right? And I'm accepting that is a thing. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's always in the back of my mind that
There's
The
something
regret?
more.
there's a slight there's something more. There's a
Yeah.
slight regret there of not doing something else, you know. But you can't do everything you want to do, and I suck at multitasking. So I can only do and focus on one thing at a time. Like I can't do anything like two things at a time. This is messing me up. But I just wanted to know, like, what are your guys' thoughts on this? How do you feel about this?
There's gonna be clones, and Morpheus is gonna come to you and give you the pill, red or
I
blue.
said Morpheus.
Yeah,
Go on with
yeah. You get
The
to
Matrix,
choose whether you
right?
want to sleep, enjoy your sleep, or you want to get less sleep and do all the things you want to do. It's either that or you're getting cloned. What you want to do?
Yeah,
And
have some
not only that,
questions,
if you do get cloned, there's a possibility that your original self could get cast away to like a different island.
Nah, I mean, if
Full circle here, man.
what I was gonna say, I mean, if you give me a scenario like that, if you give me an option to do all the things that I want to do, then obviously, hell yeah.
But I'm not.
I mean-
Okay, yeah, but
I'm gonna
Okay, let's
take
say
it.
we don't have those.
Yeah.
available.
You know, but,
Okay, like, does it
Yeah.
keep you up at night? This question.
what I was gonna say is like I feel exactly the same way that you do. Like there's many things that I want to see, many countries I want to visit, many different types of foods that I want to eat, like all the different wonderful stuff. But it's like when I look at it, and just as the same way as you have started to take out all the nonsense shows that you don't want to watch.
yeah,
I'm looking at it like there's certain things that I could take out that not necessarily are as good to experience as other things.
right.
Where I can enjoy these things more, right? And that whole situation we're talking about how, like, you know, your baby cousin's born in this time and they missed all these things.
Yeah,
And same could be said about us, right? Like we were born and our parents like experienced all these things, but
Yeah.
looking back to what they experienced, I'd rather be here.
yeah,
You know?
for sure.
And looking at your cousin, I think when they grow up, they'll say the same thing because they're probably going to be more technology, more things that are advanced,
Yeah.
you know, as they move on. But like in terms of experience everything, I mean, it'll be great, but I feel like it's impossible. We just got to be realistic and just try to control what you can.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be realistic.
I agree with Simba because it's just like it's you got to be fully present where you are, right? And if
Yeah.
you're thinking about what if I'm somewhere else? Like what if I went to that party instead of like going to this party? And then like I lose the enjoyment that I'm having at this
At
one
the
party
moment, yeah.
because I'm busy thinking about what if I'm missing out over there? What if that other person's over there or something? And just like, okay, I decided to go teach English in another country, but I could have stayed here and maybe get a job with the government or something. Like, what if I missed out on that opportunity? And then that just makes me lose like whatever I could have gained from being in this other country teaching English, which is also like a great experience.
Yeah.
So I would say like, yeah, you accept the fact that you pick some, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
But like you gotta also be fully present where you are to win as much as you can from what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
You'll be able to.
Oh my god. Sorry.
I was gonna say something. Yeah. So
Okay.
Mind blown.
you're gonna be able to
$5.
enjoy things more that way, like Thien said,
Yeah.
right? If you take full advantage of that experience. Instead of like, thinking about, I could be this, and that. Whereas if you say that I want to do this and then work towards that and do it,
Yeah.
that's more, like you can enjoy that more.
Right.
Then enjoy that. But if you're enjoying that, think about someone else, then you're not going to be able to. But I think if we work that way of saying, I want to experience this and this, and make a realistic list right?
Yes.
of things that you can actually accomplish and things that you can do and work towards, because like time in a day we don't have, right?
Yeah.
You can only schedule certain things and do certain things. So like choose the most things that you want to experience and work towards that. You can spend time working towards that than spending time worried about
Everything.
everything. You know, that's me.
It's funny how time's infinite, yet we run out of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
No, but for me, like I was saying, like I do these things cognizant of the fact that I'm missing other things, but I don't like stress about it or worry about it while I'm doing them.
But you
when
said
I'm in my when I'm in my like
Downtime?
Just
when I'm in
chilling.
my downtime,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just thinking like, wow, like there's all these things that I want to do, and I'm probably never gonna get to do them, and that kind of makes me sad a little bit.
Yes.
It does.
And it really this topic just kind of came to mind because I was like earlier in the week I was just assigned, like I got all this work that I had to do. Like I had like I'm sort of working like 2 jobs right now. So I had like I was tasked like doing all this research, and I was tasked like I have to do these like book reviews, and then there's all these things that I want to do like entertainment wise, and then we have to do the podcast, and like I was just overwhelmed at a point. Like, and I don't usually get overwhelmed, and I was just like, holy shit, there's so much I have to do right now. And thankfully you guys came to my rescue with all this, like passing this stuff off to you, because I was like freaking out a little bit, right? But, you know, just this sort of finding that that comfortable area, that sort of like stasis, and like being able to understand that you're gonna be able to enjoy some things, and like you're saying, make a realistic plan of things you're actually able to do and strive towards those. And I think I need to be a little bit better about that. You know, really just looking at what I want to do. But the fact of the matter is, I think about all these things, but at the end of the day, I just end up doing what I realistically know that I'm gonna do. Like I end up sitting there watching TV for like 5 hours. You know, like, you know.
That's true. Yeah.
But I don't. Oftentimes, I feel like I don't take full advantage of other situations, especially when it comes to like social occasions, whatever, you know, like going out and like really getting myself involved and like talking to people and making friends.
Being out there.
And I think that's just more like me just being an introvert and not like really socializing with people unless they like start a conversation with me about something. Otherwise, like they just think I'm a crazy person because I'm just so silent.
Because you are, but that's okay.
Yeah, I am a
Crazy
crazy person.
things.
That's true, and it goes back to that whole change of people. That whole topic we had. Yeah. I mean, that's it with me. Like, I can say I've changed because I used to be that way where I'd be in a new setting with new people that I haven't met, and I'll be quiet, like that introvert. I'll be quiet. I won't say nothing, right? But then now as I'm getting older, I go to social gatherings, and I'm like, it's new people that I haven't seen, but I'm able to put myself out there and be like, you know what, this is me, this is who I have grown to know as myself, and I'm just gonna be myself. I'm saying, if you don't like who I am, it's alright. I have friends that like me, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can be able to put myself out there and talk to different people, and if they're vibing with my vibe, we can vibe.
You're vibing with my vibe, we can vibe.
Yeah, that's the quote of the day.
And that's like what you're saying too. Like the thing that like gets me is like I can't meet all the great people in the world and the horrible people, but like everyone has like, you know how cool, not cool, but like never mind, I won't go into that. But like,
You want to have dinner with Putin and
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un?
okay, there's some things I don't want to publicize. Okay, whatever. I just say like everyone has a story, like comes from a story, right? And I'm like, oh man, I wish I could tap into everyone's story, but I can't. So
No, that's true.
it's
Yeah.
true. Like that does get me down. Just like, oh, I'm at let's say a social gathering, a party, too many people, and I get tired of talking and listening sometimes. But like, oh, I wish I could get to know everyone, but I can't.
See, that's the thing. I'm really bad at conversation. Like I'm very
Really?
bad. I'm very bad at conversation with people that I don't know. Like I don't know how to hold a conversation with other
Just
people.
ask them about where did you grow up?
Cause like they'll say something and I'm just like yeah. And then I just like awkwardly walk away. And they're like, is that the end of the conversation? I guess so.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're
So I was
saying.
standing-
Okay,
Talk
this
to
is a
yourself.
totally other like conversation.
Yeah.
How to get
Yeah.
bragged and socialized.
That's a different topic.
Yeah, because I'm like, conversations, they kind of start the same, right? Depending on where you are, where you are.
The weird thing is, I will say this: if I'm like sitting here, like if I'm tasked, like you you have something to do, you gotta speak in public or whatever, like I'm fine,
Yeah.
completely fine, like I can do it no problem.
Yeah.
But when it comes to just talking to people at whatever gathering, it's just like I can't do it. Unless it's like talking individually to like a pretty female, then
We're just
No
by
problem.
ourselves.
there's no
So that's
problem.
like predatory sounding. I'm sorry. Like I
How is that predatory sounding?
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Like a pretty
Man's
female
out
by
here now,
herself. with
hunting
no
them
one
down.
No!
Watch out,
You're
ladies.
making it sound very creepy. That's not where I was going with that at all. Jeez. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not a creep.
Y'all are doing that too.
I'm not
Y'all,
a
you're
creep.
pretending that.
Yo, we didn't say it. We didn't say it.
Okay.
Alright, don't kill me.
No.
Nah, that's funny. I mean, that was good.
Next question.
All right.